Hi, my name is Pam, and I'm here at Long Lake Conservation Center to take you on a trip back in time. We're going to take a look back to find out what it was like to be one of those legendary men known as the Voyagers. Are you ready? If you were a Voyager, you would work for a company, and there are two to choose from. The Hudson's Bay Company is headquartered in London and has been around since 1670, making it the oldest. The other choice for you at this time is the Northwest Company, which has been around since 1779, and it's headquartered in Montreal, Canada. As I said, if you were a Voyager, you would work for a company. But first, you have to be hired. Most Voyagers picked are short, approximately 5 foot 4 inches, as the space in the canoe will be needed for cargo. You will need to be healthy and strong and able to withstand harsh weather conditions and maintain a very fast paddling pace. You will be expected to maintain 45 strokes per minute. That's 6.5 miles an hour and 100 miles a day. You might be expected to sing to keep the rhythm of paddling going. In French, do you know alouette? You will be expected to keep your hair long to keep the mosquitoes away, much like a horse shaking its tail. As you grow it out, you can use skunk oil mixed with bear grease to keep them off. A major part of being a Voyager is to carry trade goods such as blankets, firearms, ammunition, cloth, metal tools, and brass kettles. You'll be trading with the Dakota and the Ojibwe, who are the primary trappers of the fur that you will be looking for, mainly the beaver, also known as soft gold. Beaver furs are being sent to England to be made into these fancy hats. The furs you trade for will be put into bundles, into what are known as pieces. They will be weighed and marked to designate which company they are from. Well, it looks like you're qualified to be a Voyager. The year is 1801. You've just been hired on to work for the Northwest Company. You are in high competition with the Hudson's Bay Company. Your main job, should you choose to accept it, is to be part of a brigade, which is a convoy of canoes and boats used to transport supplies, trading goods, and furs in the North American fur trade industry. The first thing you will need after signing your X, as most Voyagers couldn't read or write, is some clothes. From the company, you will get a one-size-fits-all shirt or blouse, a toque or woolen cap where you can put your pipe, a sash to be worn tightly around your waist to prevent hernias from lifting heavy things. The sash indicates that you are from the Northwest Company. You will also get 2 sashes like these to wear around your ankles to prevent snakes, spiders, and wood ticks from crawling up your pants. If you want, you can either bring with you or purchase from the company some other things like trousers or breechcloths, some leggings, moccasins, a handkerchief to use as a cap or headband, and a knee-length or hooded capote, which is this right here. And notice that there are no buttons on this capote. It wraps right around your waist with sashes. And you can also bring leather or rabbit-lined mittens. You are now part of a brigade, and that group of Voyagers known simply as the men. A typical brigade consists of 5 birch bark canoes, each of which are 25 feet long and can carry a total of about 3,500 pounds of cargo in crew. The employees of the company fall into 6 major categories. From highest to lowest paid, they were proprietors, clerks, interpreters, guides, overseers, and yes, you, a voyageur. The proprietor is in charge of the whole outfit. He's the boss, and he holds power over the men in his charge, much like the captain of a ship. Clerks assist proprietors. They are responsible for keeping track of the goods and managing the men. The interpreter is needed when the brigade trades with people of different languages. It is common for a clerk to have this dual responsibility. Guides are experienced voyagers who know how to judge the water and safely direct the canoe along the voyage. They are held personally accountable for the safety of all the canoes and goods. They have the power to dock your wages. Overseers are senior voyageurs who act as foremen. Voyageurs like yourself are the paddlers for the canoes. You will have to supply your own paddle. You are paid based on skill. If you are very skilled, you can be a bowman or the avant in the front of the canoe. You can also be a steersman or governal in the back of the canoe. You will need a longer, wider paddle that will help you to paddle standing up. If you get either of these jobs, you will be one of the highest paid voyageurs. If you are less experienced at paddling, you will be put in the middle of the canoe and be known as a middleman. You will need a short paddle that is 2 feet by 3 inches wide. Your brigade consists of 2 clerks, with 1 acting as interpreter, 1 guide, 2 overseers, and 22 men, 1 of which is you. Not all of your time is going to be spent in a canoe. There are times when you will have to portage. A portage is a walking trail that connects bodies of water or bypasses a section of water that you will not be able to paddle through because of obstacles such as dangerous rapids. You will have to carry on foot all of the cargo from the canoe as well as the canoe itself, which could weigh as much as 300 pounds. You will be expected to carry 2 or more 90-pound packs and go at a trot at least a half mile over a trail. You can use this tump line to carry the bundles. You will wear this leather sling across your forehead and attach it to the first bundle hung low on your back. A second bundle will be placed on top of this bundle. In order to carry the load, you and other voyageurs will be walking half bent for at least a half a mile. If the portage is longer, you will put the bundles down at what was known as a pose or pause and go back for another load. Each man has to carry from 6 to 8 bundles on a portage. Sometimes you will be walking 3 miles a day as well as paddling long distances. The most difficult portage that you will have to face is the Savannah Portage. It is a 6-mile trail with 13 pauses connecting the watersheds of the Mississippi River and Lake Superior. This portage has been described as the most wretched of portage routes, and it will take you 7 days to complete. You made it through the summer of paddling and portaging, but winter is fast approaching, so you will have to make some decisions. You will now be able to join one of 2 classes of voyageurs. If you go back home for the winter, you will be known as a pork eater because of your daily diet of salt pork and peas. You'll be considered to be unskilled, even though you have paddled many hundreds of miles in the last 8 weeks. If you feel that you are experienced enough, you can join a group of voyageurs known as the hivernants or wintering men. Your job will be to paddle the traders and clerks into the interior and spend the winter, helping with the trading in the spring. In 1806, a German immigrant by the name of John Jacob Astor will come along, and he'll start the American Fur Company, which will have William Aiken as one of its clerks. The county of Aiken in Minnesota will later be named after him. In 1821, the Northwest and Hudson's Bay companies will merge into one company, the Hudson's Bay. By the 1840s, the fur trade will decline dramatically due to the changes in fashion taste, the availability of less expensive material for hat making, and near extinction of the beaver. Well, I hope I've piqued your interest to learn more about these legendary travelers of the past. To learn more about the Voyagers, some great places to visit in Minnesota are Voyager National Park near the Canadian border, Snake River Fur Post in Pine City, Savannah Portage State Park northeast of McGregor, Minnesota, and Grand Portage National Monument in Grand Portage, Minnesota. Have fun, travelers!